Alright traders, welcome back to another price session trading video. We're going to use price session rules to make sense of the price chart to help us identify high probability setups. And notice the structure we're looking at. We have a series of lower highs, lower lows. And since we are price session traders, we need to identify a pattern because candles always follow some form of a pattern. And since I'm trading a downtrend, I'm going to identify a bearish channel down. First channel that I was looking for today was a channel like this, which has a break. And according to rules, prices are creating move to new extreme. But the move to new extreme is not quick and steep. Rather, we have consistent series of smaller pushes working lower. So this makes me to believe, after I'm reanalyzing the structure, that this is more consistent downtrend and we may have flatter alternative. Now, what is going to be the alternative for this structure? Take a look at the left side of the chart. We can see that we started the session with a gap. But you can imagine a bearish bar, big bearish trend bar here. Even though there is a gap, you can imagine a bearish bar. It basically acts the same way. So we have a spike down to open the session, and we have a channel that is working lower. So the first channel that I was looking for was channel something like this. And you can see this fits pretty well. The first two swings will help you to set up the trend line, and the third swing will confirm it. This is the channel we're working with, and according to price action rules, the bias is bearish. Now, my goal is to identify when the correction will end. And how do I recognize where the correction will end? Well, notice price action forms two-legged pullbacks. And after the two-legged pullback plays out, that's when you expect for correction to be over. And also, I'm going to redraw the channels even for the short-term corrections. Notice all of these channels to the upside, they have breaks and new extremes, which is indicating that the market may continue the push phase. And here's another last variation of a two-legged pullback. So as I can see right now, the market is correcting. My goal is to redraw the bullish channel. And I expect for prices to create new extreme for this channel following the trendline rule. And notice we are creating new extreme. What am I expecting at this point? No, when I was watching this, I was expecting for prices to push below EMA and to offer me a failed second entry long because structure is bearish downtrend. And this is the first break of this major channel. So rules tell me that we need to get new extreme, and notice I'm going to measure the first leg, and once again this is the larger two-legged pullback, and prices are already pushing below EMA, so this is good. This is confirming my analysis. Now we already have a lower high, which lower high is not bad because we confirmed the larger visual two-legged pullback, but it didn't really form that well. I really want to see trap a failed second entry long. I want to see trap bulls because bulls going long on a two-legged pullback against the main bias can result into a great trap because they're not reading the context correctly. The rules tell us we need to get new extreme, and notice we're pushing above EMA, so this is concerning. The signal bar is horrible. Bullish bar, follow-up bar is this bar with stim. I want to sell below nice bearish bar, and unfortunately there is no way for me to catch the setup. So even though we expect a failed second entry long to get new extreme, we didn't really get a good setup for us to capitalize on. And notice market keeps pushing lower, which means I need to redraw the channel. Notice we have another two-legged pullback second entry short, which would be a high probability setup because all these second entry shorts on the way down are working. But since we have new extreme, I cannot take second entry short. I need to wait for confirmation setup, lower high that would confirm the second entry short. In addition, this uptrend is in play as well. So notice prices are creating lower high. So this right here is lower high confirmation setup. I'm going to mark it. This is a decent setup, but feels a little bit more aggressive because you already have really a couple legs to new extreme. It looks quite sideways. It is a great signal bar. So this is the great thing about this setup. This is the kind of signal bar you want to sell below on a failed second entry long like this. Market created a scalp, and notice 3 big bullish consecutive bars. So what am I expecting? If I'm going to zoom back, what is the price action telling me? Well, break new extreme, indicating the bearish downtrend may be over, and I expect correction phase or possibly reversal. So my goal is to identify the area within price action will correct. So I'm going to draw potential support, going to draw potential resistance somewhere around here. But this is the structure I'm working with because I always try to look for the trend range because the channel was flat. I'm going to redraw the channel. Am I looking for longs? Not really, because we just had new extreme and you never know how many pushes lower you're going to make. And this was quite a strong downtrend. So I cannot reverse the market this quickly. For that reason, I'm not taking any longs. And notice massive bearish bar that completely negated all of these bars prior. So I have a break, new extreme, I have a first leg up, second leg up, was not measured, but it's okay. So when I'm watching this, I'm expecting for the bearish bias to continue because there is still some bearish momentum and I want to see a lower high. I expect for prices to take one tick higher, push down and offer me a nice lower high, confirmation of the larger two-legged pullback as a high probability setup, but it formed way too big close to these lows, followed by a failed second entry long, but it is at the very low of this move. And this is where you don't want to sell because you want to sell at these highs where the correction is ending. You don't want to be selling the market so close to these lows. So you want to be careful and you can see what can happen. Market is reversing and notice how far the market has reversed. Okay, so I need to adapt to a brand new channel, just following these shortened channels, measuring the two-legged pullbacks because they are high probability setups, trying to read the context correctly and just waiting for the high probability setup. And notice this uptrend is in play, first break of a channel. So what do I expect? New extreme. So I have first entry long. Can I get a second entry long at the EMA? And I didn't get it. And we pushed below. Okay, so this completely changed my analysis because if the buyers are in the market, the EMA is going to hold, but this is not happening. Strong push below EMA is confirming the bearish momentum. So I am able to switch my analysis because if I'm going to zoom back, notice the overall structure in this market is still bearish. We traded down into this trend range. So it's possible we're going to continue working lower. For that reason, I'm able to switch gears and I'm able to look for failed second entry long. And this is what we have here. We have a new high. This is where we set the count. First attempt to go long, failed, second attempt to go long. And since it's forming below EMA, confirming a trend line, this is a high probability setup. Now I wanted to see a little bit better signal bar. Should have taken this because the signal bar is not horrible, but I really wanted to see decent bullish bar. So it's a shame because two failed second entry longs without a great bearish bar. But you can see great high probability setup. EMA kept holding and the trend line confirmed the setup. Break, new extreme, and market is finding support. And notice now, what am I paying attention to? I am now looking for failed second entry short reversal pattern. Why it is okay for me now to look for reversal and it was not okay here? Notice the structure. At this point on, the support has been proven. Here we just created new low and we had no tangible support. Here we have multiple confirmations and we have indications that buyers are treating this level as important and they are buying once prices approach this level. So at this point on, this is clearly a sideways structure. Strong push above EMA, so I'm expecting failed second entry short. We have a new low, first entry short, and I don't get any failed second entry short. So there's unfortunately no high probability setup. I'm just redrawing the channels again. And notice we have new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. Now I took this trade myself because I expected for market to create new low. I wanted to see for prices to create second leg down. And I thought this would be a reversal pattern of this because we didn't get new high here. So there's a possibility we're not going to get new high here. And since it closed such a strong bearish bar below EMA, this is definitely more advanced, but decent failed second entry long. And notice price action created two-legged pullback. Okay, downtrend played out and you're pushing above EMA. So at this point on now that I see that the downtrend played out with the breaking low and you have two-legged pullback, which is indicating the end of a correction. If you're going to push above EMA, the uptrend is back on the menu and we can get new extreme. So what is the chance for me, the setup to take as a high probability? Was going to be a lower high confirmation of this visual two-legged pullback. So I'm looking for a lower high to create new high. Horrible signal bar. Can I get better one? I can't get better signal bars. Unfortunately, no great signal bar and the market created new extreme. Now when I was watching this, I had it a little bit lower, eventually like this. And notice what is happening. I'm going to measure this first massive leg. I'm going to project it and I have two-legged pullback at the top of a trend range. So when I'm watching this, I'm expecting to get a failed second entry long because I expect for market to go back into trend range after the two-legged pullback, but it never formed. It formed above EMA way too far up. Can't really take it. Okay, and market is strongly reversing up. So this right here is changing the momentum. We are not reversing all the way back into trend range. In fact, EMA keeps holding and the resistance is acting as a support. So this is indicating right now that there may be a possible brand new uptrend developing. Okay, uptrend is getting confirmed. And notice, I'm going to redraw the channel. We have first leg down, pull back, second leg down. We have second entry long, high probability setup because downtrend played out. Trend line, the first two swings will stop the trend line, third swing will confirm it, and this is a two-legged pullback, second entry long. You expect new extreme, great bullish bar close above EMA, high probability setup. Now, I didn't take this trade myself. Why? Because I was expecting for prices to reverse all the way back into trend range like this, because 90% of the time when you have a downtrend quite strong into trend range, you're going to push back and have downtrend continuation. Now, I should have switched the gears because we had a nice two-legged pullback and we closed above EMA. But notice what happened. We continue working higher and market eventually pushed lower. So this is what I was expecting. It formed for whatever reason a little bit later. The bullish momentum was a little bit stronger, but at least now you can see quick shift in the momentum. So I need to redraw the channel again. Oops. I need to redraw the channel to the upside as well. So what is the structure? Well, the structure is quite neutral. We're basically going sideways without any clear bias. And when we are going sideways without any clear bias, I need to follow basically the short-term pattern. That's my best bet. I have a second entry short here, but the signal bar is very neutral doji. No real setup here. We have a lower high, but you're far from EMA. Notice how far away from the EMA is the entry. Can't sell this low. Okay, and we are strongly reversing. So you can see we're quite swinging up and down. So I need to adapt to a brand new structure. We have a new high, first entry long. I expect for prices to create new extreme. But market is reversing all the way back down again. So at this point on, I need to adapt. I was expecting to get a second entry long, but it never formed. EMA didn't hold and market continued pushing lower. So I need to adapt. No good setup. Break, new low. Okay. I need to extend the channel because prices are giving me signs of continuous bearish momentum. Either way, we already have a break and a new extreme. So I'm just navigating the price action without a chance to enter. Shorten uptrend is in play. New low, first entry short, second entry short, but it is very far from EMA. We have a double trap, but we have break new low, so the downtrend played out. The shortened channel is in play, and I expect new high for the channel first. I can't really take the setup here. We have first leg up. I expect to get second leg up. I can't take any short here because I expect second leg. I expect new high, and we have a sideways congestion on EMA anomalies bars. Okay, now we finally have larger two-legged correction, which played out. Another push below EMA is confirming the bearish bias. And even though we have new low, since the correction played out, and we get lower high, I can take the lower high to move lower. So I want to see lower high right near the EMA, and I didn't get it. We already pushed way too far down and market reverse. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back. I'm going to see that the prices are failing to reach this support. Downtrend played out with a break new low. Chance to create another push down failed in the 3 big bullish bars. So this is indicating a possible reversal because downtrend has a break new low. There was attempt by the bears to continue the downtrend, but it failed strongly and we have strong reversal. So you can see how the momentum is changing. And we have new low, first entry short, pull back, second entry short failure. This right here is a failed second entry short. Decent high probability setup. Would have liked it better had the signal bar been closer to EMA. Decent nonetheless. You would have survived. Barely noticed because you keep your stop loss 1 tick below the signal bar. So you did not get stopped out. You took a lot of heat, but you had to ride it out. And you can see eventually you were rewarded on a failed second entry short. Okay, market keeps pushing higher. So I need to redraw the channel because we now have more confirmation. New high and more legs to new high. 3 swings confirming the channel. And notice, very sideways structure. So I'm just focusing on these shortened channels, trying to play the recent structure. Quite confusing price action to navigate, but this is pretty much what I have to do. Okay, new high, first entry long. Can I get second entry long? And I can't even get second entry long. So very similar situation to here where you expect second entry long, but the EMA gives in. So I need to adapt to structure. Okay, and notice we are pushing above EMA. So once I see 2 channels without new extreme, Which one will take precedence? Well, the bigger one. So this downtrend is new low and this uptrend is new high. So we're going to pay attention to what the EMA is going to do. If we're going to stay below EMA, EMA is going to reject prices. We're going to look to sell. If we're going to push above EMA, we're going to look to buy. So I'm expecting to get a failed second entry short. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. But the signal bar is neutral doji. I can't go long here. And market continue working hard, creating a scalp, but not giving me chance to enter. And notice we have a new high. I even extended my channel a little bit because I'm expecting new high for this channel and for this main channel. New high, first entry long, second entry long, but it's formed below EMA. And notice what you have. You have a high low. High low confirmation of this two-legged pullback. It closed above EMA. Decent bullish bar. Two channels need to get new extreme. You're going quite sideways, quite congestion, no real setup. And notice new extreme was formed for this channel. So you have first leg up, gonna copy it, kind of like a larger second leg up. I have consolidation, congestion, break lower. Are we interested in buying this failed breakout? We're not. Even though most breakouts will fail, at least temporarily, the uptrend played out with the two-legged pullback up. So there is no bullish momentum left. And in fact, I'm looking to reverse the market. Notice prices came back, tested this congestion and great bearish bar. You know, this is actually a good setup because this is a lower high. Signal bar is great. Breakout pullback, close below EMA. You know, but it's not a textbook high probability setup, but this is definitely a decent setup if you took it. Market continues working lower, so you can see, once again, remind yourself the structure. Well, this is a very neutral structure. A lot of up and down, just basically prices pivoting every single time we reach these highs. I already have a break and a new extreme. I have a second entry short, but now I reach new extreme, so I need to extend the channel, and this channel is in place. So we can get new extreme for this channel. So I cannot go short just yet. If I'm going to go short, I need to see a lower high confirmation setup, which I get, but it formed very neutral, stim at the bottom, no momentum. Even though it probably worked for a scalp, it's not worth it. Market keeps working higher. Okay, I see massive spike and I see consolidation. So once I see this, I'm going to draw a spike and a channel. Notice first massive spike, a lot of stacked area, perfect spike and a channel, break, and no new extreme was formed, which can happen in trading ranges. Spike and channel sometimes in trading ranges may not have enough momentum to create new high, and there is no setup here because you can see we closed the day. But you can see there was actually a nice double trap because you can see you have first leg, second leg. So you have first entry short, second entry short, but it's far away from EMA, and you have double trap right here. Nice visual two-legged pullback too, and this downtrend needs to get new extreme, which you can see downtrend created new extreme. The market is really very slow. Overall structure is clearly for the most part a trading range. Most easy setups happen quite early, where we had to break new extreme with the downtrend, consolidation. After that, you can see a lot of reversals, up, down, up, down. You really need to follow the short-term channels. Don't be too greedy. Not that many great setups, not that many signal bars, but there are always a couple of these setups that you can take advantage of. And you can see price action rules apply. You want to look for the two-legged pullbacks to help you to distinguish where the correction is going to end. Even though it doesn't seem like that at the first glance, if you train your eyes to see it, market moves in pairs of twos and you can be able to identify the depletion of the correction. So I'm going to talk to you next time.